Hello again, everyone. The Bearcats were back in a bowl game after a one-year absence. Our sports director, John Popovich, was in Memphis to capture all the action in the Liberty Bowl.
57,000 fans at the Liberty Bowl saw UC and Vanderbilt go through three quarters tied at 14. Freshman kicker Tony Miliano gave UC a jump start to begin a wild fourth. He kicked a 44-yard field goal, and UC edged in front by 3. But 2 plays later, Larry Smith threw to Chris Boyd for the Commodores. He was sprung with a block, and he took it down the sideline, 68 yards for the touchdown. Vandy was back in front. They led it for less than a minute. When they kicked off, tiny but quick, Ralph David Abernathy IV ran it back 90 yards for the touchdown. UC led again. They had counterpunched in a big way. The score was settled in the final minutes after a Nick Temple interception. Isaiah Peed ran for a touchdown, and UC goes out with a victory.
It means everything. 5 for 5 for trophy games this year. And, I'm going to celebrate with this team. I'm going to miss these guys. I'm going to miss them truly.
We needed to do that to finish off our legacy as a senior class here. And, we had young guys stepping up and making plays, too.
It's a great feeling. Winning the Big East and getting 10 wins. A lot of programs try to do that every year. We accomplish it, and it's great for the program, something to build off of.
The Bearcats come back to win it 31-24 in a season of comeback, their 10th win of the year, the Liberty Bowl champions. John Popovich, Channel 9 Sports in Memphis.
Thank you, Papo. Illinois and UCLA in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl. The Illini scored 10 fourth-quarter points after managing just 10 through the previous 3 quarters. A 39-yard interception return for their first touchdown in the third paved the way for a 20-14 Illinois victory. Keeping up with the ridiculous names, the Hyundai Sun Bowl was where Georgia Tech and Utah did battle, and this touchdown sent things into overtime tied at 24. The Yellow Jackets could only muster a field goal on their possession. Utah wins on the John White touchdown run. And the earliest bowl that went on today, the Old Meineke Car Care Bowl, that took place between Texas A&M and Northwestern. Aggies' Ryan Tannehill threw for 329 yards and this lone touchdown as Texas A&M came from behind to take the victory over the Wildcats. Xavier needed a win tonight after an awful showing during their trip to Hawaii. Beating Gonzaga would right the ship. Mark Few and his crew making the trip to the Cintas Center, and it looked like the Muskies were on the right track. Justin Martin with the steal, and Mark Lyons with the nice finish. X up 19-16. The only problem for X, they fell in love with the 3 ball, and it didn't fall in love back. Xavier shot a woeful 16% from beyond 3-point land, and when they aren't falling and you keep shooting them, that's a recipe for disaster. And when it doesn't help when your opponent knocks down their threes, the Zags shot 44% from 3-point range. I'm sure you can sense the theme. At any rate, another loss for X. They drop one 72-65. And a bluegrass battle between number 3 and number 4, Kentucky hosting Louisville. The Wildcats took a 36-33 lead in the second half. Michael Kidd Gilchrist punctuated that with the easy 2. But the Cards weren't intimidated. And Kidd's never foul a jump shooter, especially when he's shooting a 3. Russ Smith completes the 4-point play to tie things at 40. Another run for UK gave them a 54-48 lead, and it was Deron Lamb on the alley. Anthony Davis with the oop. He finished with 18. But the day belonged to the youngest Wildcat, that being Kidd Gilchrist. The hoop and the harm gives the Wildcats a 61-50 lead. He finished with the ridiculous 24 points and 19 rebounds to lead Kentucky to the 69-62 victory. But Kentucky couldn't beat Indiana when they were ranked number 1. Ohio State trying to avoid losing to Indiana ranked number 2. Just a ridiculous alley-oop on the inbounds pass from Aaron Craft to Sam Thompson. OSU up 3. OSU up 63-62 when the Hoosiers take the lead on the NBA 3 by Jordan Hulls. Hoosiers down 1 again this time, and again they regain the lead on the sick reverse layup. Last chance for the Buckeyes, just 10 seconds left. William Buford off the screen for the 3 in the lead, but it's all iron. And for the first time in school history, Indiana beats the number 1 ranked team and the number 2 ranked team in the same season, 74-70 over the Buckeyes. And unlike Xavier, the Bearcats have taken care of business so far since the brawl. They'll have to take things to another level, though, when they travel to the Zoo tomorrow in Pitt to open up Big East play.
The crowd, it's the reason why they call it the Zoo. The crowd is crazy. When you're shooting free throws, you'll see like the whole crowd waving. Like it throws you off. But it's a great place to play at. Especially if you're a Pitt fan. Knowing that it's hard to come in there and play, and then on top of that, it's easy for the fans to heckle us.
And it's better than a 50-50 chance that they'll make the playoffs. But the Bengals control their own destiny, and a win against the Ravens will punch their ticket.
It comes down to our 11 and their 11 each and every play, and we got to do a good job of that. It counts big, and it's what the guys have worked extremely hard for, and so it's important.
And that's it for sports in 2011. We're back with more after this.